Black Sherif, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Yes. Peace and love to you always. Now, I know that you're very conscious, but you always bring a vibe to the music, of course. Every single time. And with that consciousness, we have to play a game. I have a Ghana pop quiz for you.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
You think 100. You know all of this?
100.
All right, now, can you name the Ghanaian artist who invented Afro jazz?
Afro jazz?
Afro jazz.
I'm not sure I can.
Go take a wild guess. Let me give you this.
Afro jazz.
Afro jazz. Ganaba. Guy Warren?
Yo, no.
No? Okay, well, you get that one wrong.
One wrong.
I have another one for you. When did Ghana gain its independence from the United Kingdom?
6th of March, 1957.
There we go. Now, this matters a lot. And what about Haiti? Do you remember?
You told me. Is it 1804?
There we go. Yeah. Okay, you get a bonus point for that. How many times has Ghana won the Africa Cup of Nations?
I'll guess 2.
2? I would add maybe a few more.
I'll guess 2.
Wrong, it's 4.
4?
Yes,
oh,
4.
Crazy.
How many times has Ghana participated in the World Cup? Take a wild.
What I've seen, 2006. So 3.
Okay.
What I've seen.
What you've seen. So it's 4, so you haven't missed out on too much.
Yeah.
Of course, and the last one I'm going to ask because it's really important. What year did the president of Ghana announce the year of return for, you know, fellow Black Americans to come home and really, you know, touch base with the motherland?
It's 2019.
There we go. Yes.
I was in school. I was doing my final exam.
Okay.
Yeah, like final high school exam. Yeah.
That's when I first went to Ghana.
And that was when I moved to Accra for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you? Because moving to Accra means more opportunities. Like you said, it's like the New York City of Ghana.
I graduated from high school 4th June 2019.
Okay.
And I had like a gap year plan to focus on music.
Okay.
But my parents weren't in on that with me.
No?
Yeah, so I had to lie so many things, like go stay with my cousin in Tema.
What did they want you to do?
To go to university straight from high school. Yeah, because like that's the norm.
What were you going to study?
Marketing. I did go to school, the university the next year. But like that time, my music was getting known in Accra. Because in Konongo, I was a hood star. Even before I started making music, I was dancing at weddings and stuff. So like people knew me. So after high school, I lied to my mom, dad that I had admission in university, so I needed money to go to Accra.
Oh my God.
So I took that money, go stay with my cousin, and I started freestyling in Tema and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to feel like I was chasing something, to be honest.
How did you keep up with the lie?
I didn't lie for so long. It didn't take so long until they realized that I wasn't going to the university. And my dad wasn't troubled about that, and that was all I needed. Because, you know, my mom, every time when we having conversation like 30 minutes, she would slip it in, are you going to go back in school? It's like, yeah, but I have to. I want to go back. Go study art, maybe design.
Of course. Now we see you with the outfit. You came correct. And showing us that, you know, fashion is a huge part of Ghana, too. Now, I want you to take us through your upbringing and what it was like, because I know you said you're from the southern area of Ghana. That's where the Konongo Zongo is.
And my city is a bit, I would say, very art. The soul of the city is art. And it's like, it's just conserved in the city. If you don't come in there, you won't know. I'm from the Zongo as well. Zongo is like the Muslim part of it. Every single town, they have their own zongos. So they say Abo Zongo, this Zongo, like Konongo Zongo, every Zongo. And I'm from Konongo Zongo. And my hood, if I'm describing like 3 things, like visually, in my hood I would say kids riding bikes, like speakers playing dancehall everywhere, every single corner, reggae. I'll say sheeps. Sheeps and goats walking around. Yeah, that's how I describe it visually for you.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to music, you infuse so many different sounds. There's high life that I need you to explain to me because I'm not too familiar. There is dancehall reggae, of course. That's what you said is being played. And then there is your native music too. So tell me what the mix is.
So I'll start from high life.
Okay.
I believe I'm not sure it's confirmed, but I believe where I'm from is where the soul of high life is.
Confirm it then.
Yeah.
Stand on that.
That's what I'm saying, because there's like Iron Boy, the name, choosing that name for the album, and it's paying homage to a high life pioneer that I recently found out that he was friends with my grandfather.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's a Machidede. He has an album called Iron Boy.
Okay.
I think it dropped in 1999 or 2000.
Wow.
Yeah. We lived close to this Durban Park. The name was Urban Council. Like every Thursday, Saturday, that's when they do funerals and weddings and stuff. So they'll come play native drums.
Right.
Like ka 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 ka. I think that's the soul. That's like the soul of high life even. That sound like. That's where everything starts from. And it's palm wine music as well.
Okay.
I don't really know too much about palm wine music, but it's like twins with the high life music.
Right.
Yeah. Someone told me about palm wine music, where it came from. It's like, you see, after work, like maybe 5 p.m, when they go sit at somewhere that they drink palm wine.
Yeah, like a happy hour.
Like that was where that music came from. It's so palm wine music is a lot of freestyles. They don't write it.
Yeah.
They just hear the pa pa pa, and everybody just start talking stories, like giving a run of the day, like what happened today. And that's where I even got interested in native music.
Okay.
Because I used to live close to where they play for the funerals and wakekeeping. Do you know about wakekeeping?
No, I don't. Tell me.
Yeah, so wakekeeping is like, I'm sorry to say, but like when someone dies.
Okay.
And like maybe Saturday, they do a lot of funerals on Saturday. So from the Thursday, from like 8 p.m. to the next 8 a.m. is just music.
Yes, I do know about that. It's like a
Yeah.
celebration.
So that was when I started getting interested in whatever was going on, the patterns and everything. But as a kid, I never knew I would make a life out of entertainment.
Right.
Because I'm Muslim.
Yeah.
From a very heavy Muslim home. It's like making music is haram.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. So I would just sing on a normal, and people would just compliment me. You have a good voice. Like, oh, thank you, thank you. Year 7, I wrote the song on paper and sang it to my boys. They liked it. From there to like the next 3 years, I was dancing heavily. Till I got to high school 2016. And in high school, I met so many people with different interests. And it's like everything that the guys in my class or like the people in my dormitory, they were interested in, I had an idea about whatever they were interested in. Like dance, music, bone breaking stuff, all of them stuff. I used to twist my hands and stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I have weak shoulders right now.
Can you still do that?
I still can do it.
I might ask you to show me a little something later.
I'll take this off and show it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. So that, we used to go to preps. I'm talking about high school right now. We go to preps like 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And first year high school, we weren't learning during them times, just beating drums on the decks and freestyling. I think that was the time I was introduced to hip hop really proper. Like Migos, Stir Fry, and Bad and Bougie and stuff. Yeah, so like I was a reggae head and high life head. And I don't think it was cool in high school, it's just hip hop. So I used to beat just the drums for them to rap their hip hop lines and stuff. So I started failing the classes.
Because your mind was on them drums.
I was an academic prodigy in like junior high school and in elementary. And then when I got to high school, everything just, from like first, top 5 to like last 5 of the class.
That's interesting to me because in your music, you're so conscious.
Yeah.
You are speaking very specifically to your culture and what's happening.
Everything.
So that shows me that maybe you were failing those classes, but the history did stick with you.
To be honest, because it's like, and I was interested in art so much that when music became an escape for me, I wanted to keep it like as an art form, reflect my environment. I'm a big fan of like graffiti artists, and like people who reflect whatever the condition, the atmosphere of the times they were living in their arts. And that's what I wanted my music to be. Like people with the kind of platforms that I have, the things they don't speak about that I think is necessary, I try to do it. In 2019, that was when I had my voice on What's first time. Yeah, and we brought it to school. A lot of them didn't like it, but I didn't care. Because like, then I had something to show someone that I'm a musician.
Yes.
I make music, it's like, what music do you do? And I can tap for them to listen. And it was just one song, and I was just so proud of that. And I couldn't wait to get out of high school. My last 3 months in high school, I was just planning my next year.
Which was the gap year that started everything for you. Talk to us about the single that really pushed you to the forefront of music.
I'll say First Sermon. And that was what went crazy in
Right.
Accra. I lived in East Legon when I moved out of my house in Tema. I was staying with my cousin. But he understood me so much, like how I wanted to chase my dreams. So it's like anytime I was wayward or something, he had my back. So I moved out to his house to like go live with the boys in East Legon. Just freestyling for people and stuff. So we had some community
Who understood what you were doing.
what I was doing. So even when we were going to shows, the people at the shows, they wouldn't know my name, but like we would bring our own like 20 people.
Right.
The 20 people, we would jam to the song. So it's like, oh, affect everyone at the show.
So fast forward to your first album, your debut album, The Villain I Never Was.
Yeah.
I know when you put forth that project, there was a lot of pain. And then now we have Iron Boy. What would you say are some words that describe the energy of this project? Because it's completely different.
The soul of that tape, it's in the song Iron Boy on the tape.
Okay.
It's like, I spoke to you, it's like, when him said that krumponi wa me tinsi wiem. When him said that any day, me take it time out to try and be happy. It's like, me tinsi wiem sounds, my head is in the air. Or like my head, it's in the atmosphere, meaning like I'm always in my head, I live in my head. And like the people around me know. But then again, I don't get lost in my head. I try to take time out of that to be a person or like to be happy.
Right.
Yeah.
To be present.
Yeah.
You start us off with the victory song. What does that mean to you, and why is that particular one at the top of the album?
I think that song was actually inspired by the second verse.
Yeah.
I said 22 summer in London. I was on you're losing faith. I was bawling my eyes out in the hotel room because I felt like it was something that kids that listen to me should know, because it's a big opportunity to even go abroad.
Right.
And then you've went abroad, you go to London, Sherif go to London, and you are crying in a hotel. What do you mean? So it's like putting lights on some other side of success to like make it very relatable to like kids with the kind of destinies that I have, or like kind of stories and backgrounds that I have. I want to use my platform to speak about things that are necessary, but like people with my kind of platform don't speak about.
What are some of those things?
Mental health.
Yeah.
And like with the kind of things that I do, I make art. If like my head is not straight, it doesn't come out how it has to come out.
Right.
And I can't even represent my art fully if I'm not straight in my head.
So who's helping you with your mental health? Where do you find solace and, balance?
My parents, to be honest.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, my parents.
So they speak into you and pour into you, especially now that they see that, you're doing well with the music they were trying to stop you from.
When I'm going through something and I call my mom and don't even talk about that thing, after the call, I'm okay.
It kind of grounds you.
Yeah, it grounds me, It's like there's someone in this world that loves me unconditionally.
That's beautiful. Let's talk more about the project. You have So It Goes.
So It Goes.
That's featuring Fireboy.
Fireboy.
What does that phrase mean to you, So It Goes? Because you're talking, a little spicy on there too with the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole inspiration behind that track, I wanted to do like a greetings from abroad type of track. Because when I was growing up, there was this show on the TVs in Ghana, like greetings from abroad. People in London and like maybe Copenhagen, Berlin, they send greetings to their people back home.
Yes.
And I wanted to make in the music form to like a lover type of thing. It's like a soundtrack to someone that has a lover back home.
Do you have a lover back home? Many lovers
Maybe.
back home?
A lot of lovers.
A lot?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
A lot of lovers. Ranging from every type of lover.
Do they know about each other? It's okay.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle, right? Sorry, lovers. Didn't want to break it to you here, but what is that, love from different people and, of course, facets, what does that do to you and how does it add to the music?
I miss so many people, even from my childhood. Like, there are some people who made some memorable stuff in my life that even after junior high school, I haven't seen them. But it's like when I hear some type of songs or I see some type of clothes, it just brings me back to when I was with these people. Like my friends from Adasi to Mauli, I haven't seen them for like 11 years.
Yeah.
We haven't even been in contact. But like there are some keys, there are some type of piano keys, chords that I hear and I think about them friends. In junior high school, I had a lot of friends interested in music.
Right.
That they used to, I was a Muslim, I was going to Makaranta, but they go to Pentecost. They were in the churches. And I was so interested in learning them instruments that I used to go to the churches with them.
Just so you can learn.
Just so I can learn all of them stuff. So when I hear stuff like that, it just brings me back to the exact places I was when I was with these people.
Now you end the project with January 9th. That's your birthday. Capricorn.
Yeah.
That's why you be in your head like that. And that's why you work so hard.
Yeah.
Why was it important for you to end with your birthday?
It's like a full circle thing. Like somewhere 2 years ago, I used to get bothered with people not believing my age. Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 23 now.
23. Graduated high school in 2019.
19.
Continue.
I wanted to make it like a full circle thing. Like making this album, there's this song called One that I chose for the intro.
Yes.
And January 9 to be like the outro. So like 1 to 9 and then we start again. Yeah.
Okay. There's so much intention in all that you do. So when you're bringing it here to the States, what does it mean for you, for us to really feel it, and for you to be on a platform like BET, you know?
You know, I won BET Best International Flow in Atlanta, I think 2023.
Yeah, that's a big deal right there.
Best International Flow.
So when you think about your childhood and what you remember of BET and the brand, what does that do for you?
BET.
Yeah.
Even my friends, they couldn't believe it. Like they have to tell me, like, bro, you get BET, oh. Yeah, because it's a madness sometimes, you know. When you actually try to take in, like, 2 years after high school, I actually get BET. Every time I think about it, the feeling is different, and it's like it gives me so much reasons to keep going. And I'm always curious about what this music is going to do to me in like the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Absolutely.
Because I'm so concerned about actually drowning myself into this art, music, trying to be one with everything. Me being the melting point of like all the interest I have in arts in one.
That's a lot on your mind.
Yeah, that's all I think about every day.
What would you say sets you apart from the other artists that come from the continent? You know, there's Burna Boy, of course we have Davido, of course we have Shatta, and you know, just so many others. What sets you apart?
My interests in being the things that I speak about or the things that I'm interested in.
Okay.
How I dress, how I want to represent the music I make. There are some times that I want to put just a trench coat on, or like I try to be very maybe intentional about just like a 15 seconds of a performance.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? Because there's a song like One. I want to perform it looking very huge.
Okay.
So that it tells them something. I don't know what it will tell them, but like there's this feeling that I feel that if I look huge and I'm doing this, why? And my father, and like someone will feel something, and even if they don't know what I'm talking about, they will have a feeling of the feeling that I'm trying to communicate, or like the emotion that I'm trying to communicate.
I think you're really great at that, by the way, because without doing any research, listening to the project alone told me a lot about you and the messaging. And Rebel Music, the video to that, I mean, the creative direction is crazy.
It's a movie.
Yeah. Talk to us about that and what your messaging was.
So with Rebel Music, I have these guys that I work with, Konongo.
Okay.
They thrift and they sell stuff in like the biggest thrifting community in Accra, Kantamanto. And that's where a lot of guys go buy thrift stuff.
All the fly stuff.
Yeah, so I started working with them. Now we have like our own little factory that we make stuff.
Right.
We make clothes and stuff. So like with the whole styling of that whole video, we did it ourselves.
Wow.
Yeah, we thrifted all that. Some of the plastic stuff that we spray paint, chrome and black, we did all of that. And listening to the song, the feelings kind of gave us an idea of how we wanted the people, the cast to look like in the video. Even before we started like making the clothes, there were like 2 months conversations about how these people will look like.
What are some things that you think that Black Americans here in the States can learn from Africa? And of course, what are the things that you guys pull from us in the States?
You need to come there. I think you guys need to actually come back home and see it. It will give you more context. Yeah. I feel like it will give you more context to even how to swaggy.
Yeah.
You understand me? Because you guys have the swag already.
Right.
Sound, rhythm, everything. But like when you come back home and see these people play from see little kids do Adwa dance, play some kind of instruments or give you context to the time that you wasn't there, but like you can feel it. So you need to come back home to see it, to see the buildings, to see the dance, to see the movements. Like, cause there are some dance that originated from some people moving from some bad kingships and stuff. That dance, they dance backwards, because that's how they had to move from that king to not get traced by their footsteps and stuff. So like they were dancing backwards.
There's meaning to it all.
So they were dancing backwards and stuff, so that when they find them, they wouldn't see. All of these stuff are like things that they taught me when I was in maybe 9 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old.
For the people who are meeting you for the first time on this platform, what is the greater meaning behind Black Sherif and Iron Boy?
Like someone asked me that I should describe my journey in a sentence. And I said, he kept going. I make the music for myself before I even start thinking about I'm actually going to sell this. You understand me? And I think that's what's helped me keep myself. So it's like, I would describe Black Sherif as he kept going, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kept going.
He kept going, because whatever I'm doing right now is like a childhood dream.
Yeah. The journey that you're on is beautiful, and we're so happy that you're able to contribute in the way that you are. The street preacher for sure. Black Sherif, thank you so much for being here. Iron Boy is out now. Make sure you guys stream it up. And look forward to all the visuals and the tour. Thank you so much. It's BET Talks, y'all. Yay! Oh my God.